All right, man, we back. Goodfellas Sports TV. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And today we're gonna be talking about a few topics. Won't be on super duper long. Just felt that the live stream need to get done because I might not be able to get one to until maybe Sunday or Monday. So let's get it in. Appreciate everybody for checking in. If you didn't know, now you know you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Also have a Facebook group. All those links in the description. So if you ever need to reach out to me for a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request, whatever that situation may be, YouTube question, you can check me out on all those social media platforms in the description. Make sure you check out my backup channel. I got a video that's going to be coming pretty soon from Goodfellas Sports TV 2.0. I'm starting doing work over there. Make sure you check us out there. Want to make a donation? Cash App, PayPal in the description. Cash App is CJ Good 313. PayPal link there. Cash App username, if you miss it, is in the description. I prefer those methods of donation over the super chat, and over all of them, I just prefer a video just to get shared. So if you share the video, it's the best way to donate. So prefer your shares, but if you want to, show love financially, do it through Cash App or PayPal. But other than that, today we're gonna talk a little bit about. It sounded like Anthony Joshua was getting ready to duck Tyson Fury like he did Deontay Wilder all those years. Also, we're gonna talk about Jose Ramirez and Viktor Postol fighting tomorrow. Also, Lara's fighting tomorrow. Dan Du Bois is fighting tomorrow. We'll talk about the schedule as well. Also, PBC seemed to be only doing Vada 3 or 4 weeks out before a fight. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about what should Terence Crawford next move be, and we're gonna talk about is Adrien Broner done boxing after he said he broke, and basically going through a lot of situations, and we end off with that. So, I mean, we can start off with Adrien Fury. I roll into the fights, and then I keep the ducks in order as the itinerary says. Jay Young salute, Reggie Singleton salute. But pretty much Tyson Fury DM'd Carl Froch, and he told him that, after Carl Froch posted about, Fury and AJ fighting in his Instagram story, he told Carl Froch, Tyson Fury, that AJ and Eddie Hearn don't want to make that fight. This year, they came to a financial agreement about fighting, right? Remember that? About a money split. So now Tyson Fury saying that AJ don't want to make that fight, and that fight not going to happen. All right. Now we still got some AJ apologists out here, and it's cool. I mean, that believe AJ really want to smoke, but he been talking crazy about fighting Deontay Wilder. I mean, no matter how many questionable sound clips you give him about saying, "Oh, Wilder's, I'll fight Wilder when I'm ready," and sending a contract without any signature and a date on there, and them playing all them games. I mean, come on, man. I mean, like I said, man, I respect Tyson Fury as a black. I mean, AJ as a black man standing on his power for a city, for his town. But as a boxer, I don't respect his heart, and that's not gonna change until he change. He change how he serving these dudes. People talk about his resume. Ain't no heavyweight resume better than Tyson Fury, and that's just what it is. Tyson Fury got he got the reigning lineal champion on his resume, and that's Vladimir Klitschko, and he got at least one the top three heavyweight in Deontay Wilder in the last 2 or 3 years. So he beat the one, and if you want to say AJ was better, he beat the one and then the two guy in the last 5 or 6 years. He was even willing to face David Haye while he was pretty much still on the top of his game at heavyweight, and David Haye pulled out the fight. You know what I'm saying? And people get AJ a pass because they like AJ. AJ cool. You know what I'm saying? He proper, he clean cut. He the commercial pick. Usually you see the white boy as the commercial pick, but this situation, AJ is the commercial pick. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? But he went through this with Deontay Wilder not wanting to make that fight. And both of them had opportunities to make that fight happen. Honestly, in eight, Wilder could have signed over to the zone. Remember, Al Heyman fired Lou DiBella for setting up that meeting. They wanted AJ to come to America and fight on pay-per-view. AJ wanted Deontay to come to the UK. The UK didn't have enough money for Deontay Wilder what he was asking for. I felt that Deontay Wilder should just took what AJ was offering, fought him, and then fought him again, beat up Dillian Whyte, and then he wouldn't even been in a position where he needed to fight Tyson Fury. At least not get Tyson Fury 50-50. I'm not saying that Deontay Wilder didn't make his share of mistakes. Everything Deontay Wilder was doing, them giving him $20 million to fight Luis Ortiz, them give him the $20 million to fight Dominic Brazil, him going on pay-per-view prematurely with Fury and Luis Ortiz was keeping up with the Joshuas, like keeping up with the Joneses. They were trying to keep up with Anthony Joshua was doing, but you can't keep up with a guy who country put him on a pedestal, and you a guy who country don't even know exists. And that's a fact. Audie do that. He said getting ready to duck Fury. You mean like how Fury was about to vacate to duck Dillian Whyte? I mean, it is what it is. But did he duck Dillian Whyte? That's the question. Did he duck Dillian Whyte? No. And I don't understand why he would duck Dillian Whyte. That's my whole situation on it. Dillian Whyte is a grade A bum. He's a grade A bum. Dillian Whyte wouldn't beat nobody. There's some people in the chat that can beat Dillian Whyte right now. Real talk. Give me a minute. Loud salute. Rati, he's out like the AJ that fought Klitschko. He didn't it lost. I don't know what you're saying, bro. He said, and yes, did duck him for a diamond belt, which Fury asked for. Didn't he? Did he duck him? Was Dillian Whyte ever named mandatory for the WBC belt? Never was. Dillian Whyte was number one. Being number one in the WBC does not make you the mandatory. Dominic Brazil was the mandatory. He offered Dillian Whyte a fight for the mandatory. Dillian Whyte instead fought Derek Chisora. He could have fought Ortiz before that. He fought Joseph Parker. Could have fought Ortiz again before that for the mandatory. He fought Lucas Brown. Nobody feels bad for Dillian Whyte. That 52 salute, Zulu Mortal salute. Dillian Whyte is a grade A bum. Straight up and down. Dillian Whyte is a bum. He said, retro for life, salute said, but I don't think AJ would run from Fury like he did Wilder, especially since he shares the ring with him sparring rumors. AJ, yeah, that's a fact. AJ a while ago put Tyson Fury dick in the dirt. That Tyson Fury confirmed that. But that AJ was totally different from the AJ that we see now. Ever since Klitschko hit him with that, a dude get uppercut, you know what I'm saying? Anthony Joshua ain't been the same. But hold on, I'm trying to see why we experienced some. That's why I don't like use. I'm gonna have to just switch over to Streamlabs 24/7. I don't understand. Yeah. Hold on. But yeah, but what made me actually think about that was when AJ just said he'll fight Dillian Whyte even if he don't have no obligations. He'll give Dillian Whyte a shot. You know, and I'm thinking when AJ said that, he said that, I forget to which UK outlet he said it to, but he said he'd still give Dillian Whyte a shot. And I'm like, why are you talking about still giving Dillian Whyte a shot? Dillian Whyte ducked you, allowed Andrew Weese made you go overseas to fight Andrew Weese and get knocked out. That was Dillian Whyte fought. Once Miller fell out, Dillian Whyte should have took that fight. Nobody talking about that. Easy Baby 1988. Dillian Whyte not only ducked the mandatory defensive multiple ones of those, he also ducked a unification bout with AJ. AJ had 3 belts, including the IBO belt that would make it 4, and Dillian Whyte ducked him. So what I'm trying to understand is Dillian Whyte ducking all these mandatories. He ducking all these damn he ducking unification bouts with AJ. Why do y'all have sympathy for him? He suck. He can't fucking fight regardless. He looked the best I ever seen him versus Povetkin in those first few rounds. And still, that wasn't good enough. He still got squashed on the canvas like a chocolate brownie. And then you got AJ talking about fighting Dillian Whyte after he lost. I still give him a shot. We bet your scary ass will still give Dillian Whyte a shot. You beat him already. He ducked you after that. Why are we talking about Dillian Whyte? If anything, you're going to be talking about Usyk or fighting Tyson Fury. Come on, man. At the end of the day, him and Fury for the UK, they need to fight. and now Fury can fight in the UK, it make too much sense. And only thing they got to line up is Tyson Fury beating Deontay Wilder, which we probably all agree. If we betting our money, our life on it, we gonna bet with Tyson Fury, right? Then we continue on. Derek Chisora got to handle Alexander Usyk. If Derek Chisora handle Alexander Usyk and the stars line up, then all AJ got to do is beat up on Kubrat Pulev. And if all those things tend to happen, then you can have an AJ and Fury fight as soon as fans are allowed. You know, and you know what I'm also not I'm surprised about. I'm surprised that most of these dudes ain't tried to think about going to Australia and fighting. Australia can have capacity crowds, but then again, how big would AJ and Fury or Danny Garcia, Earl Spence, or how big would those fights be in Australia? That's the question. Could you bring those fights to Australia? Because Australia has minimum to no COVID cases. Whatever they doing it the right way. So, I mean, then again, I don't know if Australia want to open themselves up to possible outbreak and infection, because they have fans on top of fans for Tim Tszyu, Renard Nixon, salute. So, I mean, somebody in the chat say Usyk a dark horse in the division. I mean, I just think he's simply too small. I wasn't impressed with the Chaz Weatherspoon fight, but he did have a good fight in the World Series of Boxing with Joe Joyce, and he picked Joe Joyce apart. We'll see. I think the Derek Chisora fight should tell us everything we need to know. AJ looking like he being more fluid. He dropping the muscle. And in Andy Ruiz fight, like he was moving a lot better, and he's going to have a lot of stamina. But, I mean, at this point, we might not have fans in the stands for another year. And AJ and Fury can hide behind that and continue to nickel and dime and fight. So nobody knows when we can have fans in the stands, even in the UK or America. And some people say, "Why this fight won't happen in America?" I don't think Tyson Fury, without Deontay Wilder, they can't fight in America. The only way it makes sense if Wilder beats Fury and AJ and Wilder fight in America. I think Fury and AJ is meant to be in the UK. Is it a limited platform in the UK? Yeah. I mean, you only can charge, 25, 30 pounds for pay-per-view. They also have restriction on how high you can raise up ticket prices. That's why Eddie Hearn was doing the little buy them and resell them on StubHub. In America, the pay-per-view is better. I mean, you can charge $100. You can run the prices up for nosebleed seats all you want to. So that's why it's a little bit more better. But then again, their core fan base is in the UK. So why would you make the Brits travel to Las Vegas or travel to Jersey or travel to California or Texas to see Fury and AJ fight? I think it's history right there in the UK, and I think they can fight. They can fight as much as a trilogy as if they want to. And then you guys got to wonder, if they do get in there and they start thumping, if you fight somebody 2 or 3 times and y'all making 30, 40, 50, $60 million a piece, average for 3 fights, man, after that, do I want to defend my undisputed again? Do I want to go on and fight for 20, $25 million? Once you hit the pinnacle, a lot of the times the hunger and the thirst for greatness is gone, because you already achieved the pinnacle of greatness. Only thing they can achieve, the winner of Fury and Anthony Joshua for undisputed, only thing they can achieve after that is just chasing Joe Louis title record to defense record. And at this point in their career, I don't believe they can catch that title defense record. That's all. That's pretty much all they really can do is chase at that point. So once you get to the point where you're making that type of money, maybe you have a farewell fight, maybe you don't. But do you want to stick around long enough for the Daniel Dubois and the Damani Rocks and the FN Jobways or the Felipe Harkovich, whatever his name is? Do you want to stick around long enough for them to knock you off your block, or you want to go out on top? You made a lot of money. Tyson Fury got kids, and AJ, he got a kid, but he don't rock a lot of jewelry or whatever. So, you probably could walk away fighting each other 2 or 3 times. Shit, you probably could walk away with almost $200 million. So do you really want to be sitting there fighting for $20, $25 million against them hungry lions like the boys? Because this heavyweight division has layers to it. It's not as it was with Vladimir Klitschko, where it's Vladimir Vitali and maybe a puncher here or two and a whole bunch of small limited heavyweights. This division got every tier kind of pointed off. You got the prospects, the boys, FA, Damani Rock. You got guys like that, Jared Big Baby Anderson. You got solid, former world title holders and Deontay Wilder and former world title challengers down there with him. Then you also got the solid, contenders that's still gonna be around. The Chizoras, the Usyks, depending on what happened with him. You're gonna have a solid them, Marat Gasvier, you know what I'm saying? Then you're gonna have yo elite top fucking heavyweights that's gonna be there. I mean, if AJ choose to go on, you're gonna have him. You're gonna have just guys. You know what I'm saying? Povetkin still probably be hanging around. So this division has everything marked off that you have in every other division. When Klitschko's was around, it was the Klitschko's and then everybody else. If you was a prospect, we didn't really expect for you to rise to the top and beat Klitschko. If you was a guy that's moving up in weight like Gasvier, you had a Thomas Adamick, but we didn't think Thomas Adamick had a chance like Usyk has a chance in the division at all. You know, and you got solid contenders. You still got Puev, you still got Manuel Char, you still got Trevor Bryan. You know what I'm saying? You got a Joseph Parker still there. So you got this division is finally whole. It marks off every box. So at this point, do you want to stick around and dominate like Klitschko and give the boys a chance to actually pass the baton? I mean, it depends on what the winner between Fury and AJ want to do. Me personally, I have a farewell fight. I count my chickens before they hatch and get out of there. But that's just kind of be me. Alpha player, he says Jack Johnson, Tommy Burns, Australia's is with the big event. Boxing promotions have and always to think. Roy Salute, he said, Audie said, come on, seriously, AJ has the best resume. I don't know he doesn't. AJ does not have the best resume. He doesn't. Who did he beat? He beat an old Povetkin. Okay. We can pull it up. He beat a Dillian Whyte. We don't rank him in the United States. Tyson Fury by far has the best resume in heavyweight. I don't know why y'all. And then on top of that, Anthony Joshua came to America and lost to Andy Ruiz. He barely was a top 15 heavyweight that people knew. Andy Ruiz just like a year or two ago before he signed with Al, he was fighting at the Masonic Temple here in Detroit on the Chitlin circuit. We just keeping it real. Let's look at the resume. All right, since he fought Dillian Whyte, he fought Charles Martin. He has a nice resurgence in his career. He fought Dominic Brazil. It is what it is. Eric Molina, it is what it is. He fought Vladimir Klitschko after Tyson Fury did it first. He fought Carlos Takam, and that's kind of when the trouble started. He couldn't stop Takam, and the referee saved him. The Joseph Parker fight, I wasn't impressed. He did a lot of holding, and the referee saved him again. The Povetkin fight got his nose busted open, lost to Andy Ruiz, beat Andy Ruiz. So at the same time, you look at his resume, I'm not impressed with it at all. It ain't nothing but Deontay Wilder resume just without Vladimir Klitschko, but Wilder got Fury on his resume, even though I felt he lost the first two fights. You look at Tyson Fury, he beat a lot of dudes with undefeated records. That's crazy, to be honest. Look at him, he beat undefeated. Hold on. Box Rex kind of tripping because I'm on Google Chrome. He beat Kevin Johnson, as everybody do. He beat Steve Cunningham, came to America early on. He beat Derek Chisora. He beat Christian Hammer. He beat Vladimir Klitschko. I felt that he beat Deontay Wilder. And he beat Deontay Wilder again. And also took Tom Schwartz and Otto Wallin. When you got Wilder on your resume and you stop Wilder, that's better than anything AJ ever done. Just right then and there. He said, no, you're not there, but Porter is Buzz best. No, he's not. But I'm not there. Audi says Tony Bellew will come out of retirement and kick off. Man, come on, man. Bellew got beat up by Adonis Stevenson. He said, Budango, salute. He said, I smell two more wider for you. You definitely, I wouldn't put it past him. I hope Deontay comes back and beat him. And hope he doing what he got to do. But I heard a lot of things about Deontay Wilder that, how a lot of people homeschooling their kids and they find out that it's not the teacher. I hear a lot of things about Deontay Wilder that he not focused in camp. He not focused in camp. And he don't listen. He you don't listen, you wonder why I'm eating graham crackers. It's pretty fucking good. So what's going on, Renardo? You can't class Wilder and Ortiz as top contenders who have either of them. Who did Anthony Joshua beat? Because last time I checked, Vladimir Klitschko been fucking stopped like 10,000 times. Corey Sanders stopped Vladimir Klitschko. Ross Purity stopped Vladimir Klitschko. Klitschko was coming off a loss in the 18-month layoff. Who did Anthony Joshua beat? Who do you turn on and say, oh man, Anthony Joshua, he dominated this guy? Because a lot of people had Povetkin up early in that fight. Come on. Povetkin is the equivalent of Luis Ortiz. Wilder beat Eric Molina first. AJ beat Dominic Brazil first. It took him, what, nine rounds? Wilder did it in one. Dillian Whyte is garbage. He lost to Andrew Ruiz. Let's not forget that. A top 15 heavyweight. What's so funny about it is people was encouraging Anthony Joshua when he lost to Andrew Ruiz. But Tyson Fury, arguably the best heavyweight, and is the best heavyweight in the division, who actually beat the lineal champion Vladimir Klitschko. Right? If he cheated, is what it is, right? Wilder lose to this guy, and Wilder career finished. But AJ got knocked out. He came to America. He looked human. He ran back over to the Middle East to fight Andrew Ruiz because he couldn't handle the pressure in the United States. So no, AJ resume, I don't respect that resume. I don't respect AJ resume. It's okay. Tyson Fury resume is better. And that's just my humble opinion. You're not going to change that. You're not going to change that. And all the AJ, every AJ fight he had after Vladimir Klitschko was questionable to me. Excuse me. Outside of, even the last Andy Ruiz fight was questionable. Come on. I said graham cracker. Man, stop hearing what you want to hear, bro. I said graham cracker. Ortiz versus Povetkin, that'd be a good fight. Ortiz is fighting November 7th versus Scott Mitchell. I got that wrong. His coach was the older fighter, Courage Talashpa. AJ is overrated. The second Ruiz fight proved he is super chinny. That nigga didn't want no kind of exchange for Ruiz. I mean, yeah, but hey man, do what you gotta do to secure the bag. I mean, we heard about everybody knocking down AJ though. Grocery clerks touch AJ chin, he going down. David Price, Lawrence O'Callaghan, who else? Daniel Dubois. I mean, Daniel Dubois did beat the shit out of Povetkin before Andy Ruiz fight. Povetkin, I really like that guy. I like his family too. His dad seemed solid. So he said yes, he did swing punch. Ruiz didn't. I mean, it is. I mean, you got your train of thought, Audie, and I got my train of thought. I don't think his resume is okay, but I don't think it's. I mean, you look at Klitschko resume and be like, you know what, Anthony Joshua and Fury might be the best names on that resume. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. He said an old school boxing tactic: slide to the inside and counter your opponent right hand. Say Povetkin had a nice KO. Yeah, that was a great KO. He made my Saturday. He made my Saturday. Eat my chicken and waffles and watching that KO. He said Fury got his ass handed to him. Sparring is sparring. I mean, you from the UK. I'm gonna imagine Audie is from the UK. I know UK boxing a little bit as well. Remember, Chris Eubanks Jr. was talking all that shit about how dog George Groves in sparring, and then come to the fight, George Groves beat him with one arm. George Groves beat Chris Eubanks with one arm. What Prince Nazim say? He's finished. He needs to retire. I'm serious. It's over. That shit was the funniest thing of my life. He's done. He's finished. He needs to retire. He needs to let it go. That before. Hey, I was mad at Eubanks Jr. for a long time. Like I lost money on him. This dude, all that talking, I beat the hell out of George Groves in sparring, and Groves beat him with one arm. Groves beat him with one arm, bro. Come on, man. You know sparring don't mean everything. They should make Ortiz versus Robert Helenius. I mean, yeah, I'm guessing Helenius is in line for a title shot. That's what I'm gonna guess. Helenius is gonna get a title shot of some variety pretty soon. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you right now. Yeah, he gonna get a title shot pretty soon. But let me pull up the rankings. Yeah, Helenius is the gold champion for the WBA. So I mean, it is what it is. Young Mike said Ortiz ducked 7 million for less. His trainer, yeah, that is he did. It is what it is. That was stupid. You know, at one point he was a matchroom fighter too. Kanauki, Luis Ortiz. I don't think Kanauki ducked that. I think Al ducked that. But we're gonna talk about Al later. I got a special message for Al Heyman and Errol Spence later. So if you hang around, but I mean, I felt that Kanauki could have beat AJ at the time, but after that Helenius fight, in hindsight, I think AJ would beat the shit out of him. As far as Luis Ortiz, I mean, whatever that situation was, everybody be fired. Ortiz probably could have beat AJ twice. Who knows? Maybe he couldn't. He looked good for Wilder. Maybe his style was good for Wilder. Maybe AJ's style was good for Ortiz. You know? So I don't know. I know the Ortiz that wasn't Al. That was a paid promotion. What you think about Jermaine Franklin? I see him fight in person, bro, at the Motor City casino. Is that what it's called? I think that's what it's called. I see him fight in person. I mean, I wasn't impressed. To be honest, I'm not impressed with him, but I wish him the best. But I wasn't impressed with him. Let's move on. Tomorrow we got Viktor Postol. Let's talk about what fights we got on tomorrow, and then I'll kind of talk about what I think about the Postol fight. So let's put. I like the ring schedule, so that's what. Let's see what the ring schedule says tomorrow. If you a fan of the ring, they got a Teofimo Lopez interview. He doing a lot of interviews. So today you had Cole Clock fighting, but tomorrow you got Jose Ramirez taking on Viktor Postol. I believe that is ESPN Plus. Let me double check that. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. It is on ESPN Plus. Postol Ramirez on ESPN Plus. As of last week was Elder Alvarez and Joe Smith Jr. Tomorrow on Fox, you got Arizona Lara taking on Greg Venenti. And on ESPN Plus and BT Sports in the UK, you got Daniel Du Bois taking on Ricardo Schneider. FS1 tomorrow, Fox Sports 1, you got Escove Falco, one of the Falcao brothers, taking on somebody named I cannot pronounce. And also, you got Selucky fighting in Poland versus Sasha Yagandidoda. I don't know. So yeah, you got Lara fighting tomorrow. Jose Ramirez and Viktor Postol. Dane Du Bois, Ricardo Schneider. So yeah, you got some really good fights on tomorrow. SJ Fish 101. Yeah, I can share the video. Make sure I hit the thumbs up button. I think Postol was a live dog tomorrow. Yeah, I seen Cassius Shaney. He's solid. Still early. Top rank, a lot of heavyweights. Don't forget you still got Oscar Rivas out there as well too. HPP salute Franklin in the ring against Washington or Agit Kalabala. I'm not sure what their plans is for him, but he from Saginaw. That's where Draymond Green from. But give me a minute. But to talk about Viktor Postol tomorrow and Jose Ramirez, I think that might be one of the better fights during the pandemic that's been lined up. I think Povetkin and Dillian Whyte is probably the best fight that's gone on since the pandemic. I also think that Fondora and Nathaniel Gallimore was a great fight, but I think this fight is probably going to be the best fight so far. I mean, you got a perfect style. You got Eastern European upright style versus Mexican style, aggressive fighter. You got high stamina, aggressive young puncher who don't do good against boxer punchers. You got the boxer puncher who been in there with the best ring advantage. Postol could punch a little bit as well. And the twist here is like you like your martini with a twist or an olive. But if we're gonna talk about a martini with a twist, the twist is Freddie Roach is in Viktor Postol corner, and he used to train Jose Ramirez. And once again, you got Jose Ramirez, you got Viktor Postol, you got Freddie Roach going up against Robert Garcia if he's cleared against the COVID-19. So should be a really, really good fight tomorrow night. I mean, Ramirez got out box versus Cepeda. I think Postol is a better fighter than Cepeda. I think he got high. He got at least 2 or 3 inch height advantage when I seen them face off. You got Postol who can punch. He good if you keep him at the end of his arm, at the end of his punches. Once you able to get on the inside of Postol punches, you able to rough him up. That's where Ramirez is going to be able to do the work. As fast as Ramirez can get on the inside, is as fast as Ramirez can start winning this fight. If Ramirez can't get on the inside and he forced the box Postol on the outside, he gonna get picked apart. That's it. This fight is a fight of ranges. If Postol just keep the fight on the outside and keep moving, and he'll beat the shit out of Jose Ramirez. Is Ramirez able to get on the inside of his reach, he should be able to dog and chop down Viktor Postol. I just think it's a really good fight. And if you want to see a really good fight, that it's a unification fight. I mean, Ramirez bringing both belts. This the fight you want to see. And don't forget, Viktor Postol, I mean, he gave Josh Taylor everything he wanted and some. I believe Viktor Postol gave Josh Taylor a closer fight than Regis Progress did. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it come down to. And also Ramirez is the fresher fighter, but Postol is a more seasoned fighter. Postol been in there with the Matisses, with the Mendes, with the Crawfords, with the Taylors. I mean, you look at Jose Ramirez's resume. Jose Ramirez, he really ain't fought nobody. Let's look at his resume. He fought Maurice Hooker. I don't think we rate him that high. Jose Cepeda, a lot of people felt he lost that fight. Antonio Rizzoco, I mean, okay. Amir Ahman, I mean, okay. He beat Mike Reed, who a good fighter from down there in the DMV. But other than that, he ain't really fought nobody. I wouldn't pick one guy on his resume over Viktor Postol. Real talk. Yanks BP said Ramirez is gonna get dropped and stopped and beat up. And don't forget, Viktor Postol is not working with Al, right? Ain't Viktor Postol an Al Haymon fighter? Isn't Viktor Postol an Al Haymon fighter? Anybody know? Because he been fighting on some PBC cards. I think Top Rank, and their agreement is over with. So I'm not sure. I think he's an Al Haymon fighter. I'm trying to find out now. Double check. Hold on, Carmen. Yeah, he with PBC. So yeah, I mean it's a good opportunity for PBC to get the belts, get some power at 140. I'm pretty sure they probably got a rematch cause Kevin Brooks, but who y'all think gonna win tomorrow night? Viktor Postol or Jose Ramirez? And we let's read off the undercards to some of these fights as well too. Postol been with Al for a minute now. Yep, Postol been with Al for a minute. So I'm gonna check out the undercard. He been with Al. Ramirez or Taylor is going to lose their next fight. I have a feeling. If Ramirez, I mean, I don't know nothing about the guy Josh Taylor fighting. Nothing. But tomorrow card for Top Rank. Um, to be honest, it's not a name on here I recognize. I don't not recognize none of their names, but let's see what the Fox card looking like tomorrow. Ramirez, Ed said Ramirez still don't get the respect he will finish Postol. I mean, that's what he supposed to do, but I mean, he don't get the respect because he ain't beat nobody. He robbed Zepeda, most people believe. I just don't. I didn't really never think too high of him. I think he's solid. And nobody to mention on the top on the PBC side of things neither. So you got two nameless undercards tomorrow on both networks. Um, he said LA12 said who gave Josh Taylor better fight, Barashnik or Progress? I only saw the Progress fight and Taylor whooped his ass. It was he said gave Taylor Pro Games gave him a better fight. Barashnik is just one dimensional power puncher that don't know how to change speed of his punches. That's a problem. You know, Barashnik got good athleticism too. It's a crazy thing about it. If he had a trainer to show him how to box, he'd probably be world champion. Ramirez counter left hook. Yeah, he got a great left hook to the body and to the head. Postol was just so programmed to bring his hands back, bro. Yeah, he an underrated defender. He beat Hooker. I mean, I don't think nobody rated Hooker that high. We wasn't even sure if he was gonna beat Terry Turbo Flanagan. PBC trash. Yeah, I looked at the card, just not trash. It's a fight on ESPN. Monty Gordon, also on ESPN Plus. Great game. Salute. Postol and Taylor was a good fight. Postol ain't no tuna can. No, he gave Taylor everything he wanted. Without the knockdown, shit, that fight could have been even to going to Viktor Postol. But yeah, Taylor pound for pound fighter though. Taylor ain't no bitch. You know, he ain't even had that many fights neither though. Taylor a dog. You ain't gonna ain't no 140 pounder can fade him. I said it. If Mikey came back down, he'd get his ass beat too. Mikey only beat Sergey Lipia because Lipia don't have no feet. You know, you think the way they talk about Mikey couldn't even put Adrien Broner dick in the dirt like he was supposed to. But one thing I can say about Jose Ramirez, he been getting better under Robert Garcia every fight. You know, he gonna need to get better this fight too, for sure. Because if he don't step up this fight, Freddie Roach know every weakness and deficiency. We got NBA, boxing, UFC. Oh, who fighting on UFC tomorrow? Basketball tomorrow. I think you got I read that shit earlier. I know the Clippers play Sunday. Kristaps Porzingis out with a meniscus tear. And game one for Boston and Toronto Sunday. I think I'll put it up because they rescheduled it today. Today NBA is supposed to kick back off, but some people walked off. People in New York walked. You know, they held out or whatever. Bucks and Magic will play the first game at 3:30 tomorrow, followed by Thunder and Rockets, and the Blazers and Lakers. Damian Lillard left the bubble. Celtics Raptors at 1 p.m. Sunday, followed by the Clippers and Mavs, and Jazz and Nuggets at 8:30. So people, Taylor gonna be nasty at 47. Yeah, I look forward to him. Taylor Ramirez both about 6 feet. No, I don't know, cause if you look at the face off, Viktor Postol taller than Jose Ramirez by a couple inches. I think Jose Ramirez more the 5'9", 5'10" variety. I think Postol legit 5'11". So I don't know. Postol need to force Ramirez back and go to the body early and throw a lot of straight punches to the body, into the head. Don't hook with a one-dimensional fighter like Ramirez. Yeah, I mean, it's risky going to the body because you could be giving up his height. I don't see Postol really being a good straight body puncher. You know what I'm saying? But he definitely need to go to the body to slow him down. But if I'm him, I'd probably just keep everything, clean and tight. Well, he definitely need to go to the body in the clinches. Gary Anton, you mean Anton Russell versus Taylor? That ain't gonna never happen. Not at 40. We'll love to see Ennis and Taylor down the line at 47. Tex say you heard about the young star players going at LeBron, calling him. I think they low key ready to leave. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I didn't know they was calling them all that, but I mean, it is what it is. You know what? If they leave, what is going to accomplish? Nothing. Ain't nobody gonna do ain't nobody in there gonna do what need to be done. What need to be done is somebody need to lose their life. Sound callous, it sound hard, but ever since we did make an example of George Zimmerman, that's what happened. You know, everybody think we hoes and think they can get away with it. They got away with it time and time again. Eric Gardner, Mike Brown, Trayvon Martin, Ahmaud Arbery. So I mean, come on. When you rattle a beehive, you gonna get stung. You know, they'll die for that shit. So that's just my whole opinion on it, man. But yeah, I love this fight tomorrow with Postol and Ramirez. I will be tuned in, God willing. or whoever you believe in willing. I will be tuned in that, man. And yeah, I think that fight is gonna be a good one. You know, if whoever physically ain't ready, they probably gonna lose. Did Robert get cleared to be a Jose? I don't know that. I don't know about that, but it'll be interesting to see him and Freddie dueling. You know, Freddie ain't got too many more matches left in him, so Postol need to Ali salute. Kevin Brooks said Postol need to hold on to Ramirez. Need to hold on tight if Ramirez get inside. He needs to use the old school dirty tactics because Ramirez is strong and stamina. I agree. Facts, white people look at us as weak, low key. As far as a group, brothers need to be proactive instead of reactive. If it's 100,000 of us doing what we need to get done, they can't arrest 100,000 of us. But then again, that could turn into civil war. Jack Clocott won today over 9-0 Reyes. Oh, he ended up winning. That's good. Clocott, good fighter. He gave Demetrius Andrade and Derbychenko a good fight. So, I mean, yes, a good fight tomorrow, man. I look forward to tapping into him tomorrow, man. But Postol and Ramirez is gonna be the one. That's gonna be the one. 10-8 round salute. That's gonna be the one. I'm telling y'all. And can I see Ramirez getting an early stoppage? You know what? A lot of these older fighters might be in some trouble. But you know what? A lot of these younger fighters might be in trouble too. Because you look at Alexander Povetkin, he came in shape. A lot of these older fighters, they got wives, they got lives, and they slow down their patience. They ain't in the street partying and none of that nature. They've been working out, eating a good, clean diet. So, you know, you would think a long layoff would favor the younger fighter, Jose Ramirez and Dillian Whyte. But, you know, a lot of these veterans know how to stay in shape too. Postol look like he in damn good shape. And, you know, Postol bringing 2 belts home for Al Heyman. You know, Postol probably going to be the king. All Postol got to do is just stick and move. And eventually walk Ramirez down and take him out. Ramirez can't deal with that movement. If Postol was slick, this would be an easy fight. All Viktor Postol got to do is just stick and move early on. And then walk him down and beat him up. That's it. It ain't a complicated game plan. Freddie know what make Ramirez tick. And if Ramirez come in, you know, with some reckless abandonment, Postol got a nice little uppercut waiting on him too. He got a nice uppercut waiting for him. So I'm telling you, it's a good fight. I know Bob sitting there like, man, I should have kept Viktor Postol. Because we thought Postol was done. Because the fight before he fought Josh Taylor in the Ukraine, he got dropped hard. And he came and gave Josh Taylor everything he wanted in some. And what's so funny about it is people speak on Viktor Postol like he's some type of bum. You know, Viktor Postol a really, really solid fighter. This guy, Danny Garcia, didn't want to fight. You know, he took out Lucas Matisse. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people was favoring him to beat Bud too, and Bud took him out. Good fight. He said, I don't think the younger generation, Kevin Brooks saying this, have a lot of skill. They just don't look like the old school boxers. They got so many flaws. I mean, yeah, I think people might look at them as being more athletic, you know, faster. A lot of these dudes don't have no skills. I mean, come on, how many skilled fighters, how many complete fighters do you got in boxing? Not too many. You know what I'm saying? There ain't too many complete fighters in boxing. You know, it ain't too many good teachers neither. That's probably a direct indictment on the old school trainers not passing the game down. But let's move on. Okay. Apparently, as you see in the thumbnail, Jermall Charlo took a picture of Vada coming out. And that was posted yesterday. So I think they fight September 26th. Let me double check. Yeah, they fight September 26th. So that's roughly about 3 or 4 weeks out before they fight. And if you notice, PBC been doing this a lot. And I think because the Pacquiao fights are more high profile, 3 or 4 weeks out before the Broner fight, Pacquiao and Adrien Broner finally started drug testing. 3 or 4 weeks before the Keith Thurman and Pacquiao fight, they finally started drug testing. So now you got Jermall and Sergey Derevyanchenko drug testing 3 or 4 weeks out before they fight. Like at the end of the day, why ain't PBC doing 12-week drug testing is my question. You know what I'm saying? That's my question. Why aren't these dudes, doing full testing? They testing for half the time. And what that's telling me is fighters have an opportunity to flush it out their system. So if you drug testing 3 or 4 weeks out before the fight, you didn't already reap the benefits of the training. You didn't reap the benefits. Yeah, Alan, he with Al. He said, bro, I said the same thing, Lathers, but like CJ said, don't have many good teachers left, and all these young dudes hard headed and don't listen. Yep, he said, Chump Killer. He said, did you see the video of Andrew Garcia saying they're gonna bring home the WC belt home, even though people don't believe it? And when Danny fights Spence, I don't even think that fight can happen. I got a funny feeling. I could be wrong. Kevin Brooks, they might want to move off that fight day UFC, but I'm only going to pay for one pay-per-view. I'm leaning towards you. Yeah, is that the Khabib and Justin Gatley fight? That's what it was. Mikey had Vada pulling up to the gym 2 months out of Barges fights. We talking Barges fight when he fought on the zone. Vargas, I think he meant. Okay, Vargas. Yeah, he with Victor Conti. Victor Conti sponsored the drug test they called Billy Joe Saunders for the Demetrius Andrade fight. I don't think many people knew that. He paid for the testing. So, I mean, Mikey believed in the testing, but then again, Victor Conti got a lot of pull over there at Snack. Could they throw shit up under the table? Who the fuck knows? But all I'm saying is these dudes on the PBC and certain dudes only tested for 4 weeks. I'm pretty sure Derevchenko, he don't care. He just there to get a payday. He happy to get paid, but it just looks sketchy when you don't see these dudes' names on the Vada test program. This dude could have he could have at least 8 weeks out. He could have showed Vada coming. Why Vada coming? And they've been letting certain fighters slide like that for a long time. You think if it's a big money fight, on the line, a pay-per-view fight, you think if somebody get caught popped, that Al Heyman not gonna pay, or Bob Arum or Eddie Hearn his own not gonna pay the opposite fighter to go ahead and fight? That's what they did with Oscar Rivas, basically. You know what I'm saying? And everybody have a lot of speculation about the Charlos on basically physically how they built and how they act. Jermall Charlo don't make it any better. His move swings. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, then again, it is what it is. Derevchenko with Snack, he put on a hell of a performance versus Triple G. Most people think he gonna beat Jermall Charlo. Jason Rosario, and I'm sure if him and Jermall doing testing. Nathaniel Gallimore said he got pop in both hands. I think a lot of people starting to come around to Rosario might win. A lot of people may think like, oh man, Rosario might get this one. And, I'm going to purchase that card. You know what I'm saying? I want to purchase the UFC card if that's the one where Khabib fighting on, but somebody going to get streamed that night. Should never know. Both of them might get streamed, but we got to wait September 26th, but they have fast doing Vada testing. Just don't do it at all. If we ain't going to test for 8-12 weeks, let's not do it at all. And that's just how I feel about it. I don't know how you guys feel about the Vada testing, but these dudes still cheating and still getting away with it. And it ain't fair to fighters that's clean. But let's move on, because I'm not going to be on long. I got Madden to play. Want to play Madden? Let me know. He says that, what's Bud's best move? I think Bud's best move is to fight Patrick Teixeira. Cement yourself as a Hall of Famer and pound-for-pound fighter. I think Kell Brook is a waste of time. Kell Brook is the same type of move that fighting Ray Robinson is. And somebody in the chat said earlier that Sean Porter his best move. And me personally, why would I even fight Sean Porter? That last performance says it all. Even if I fight Sean Porter, I can't be the mandatory for Errol Spence belt. So what am I fighting Sean Porter for? And that's what you got to ask yourself. I got Xbox. What did you asking? Why are we fighting Sean Porter? What did Sean Porter prove? And people say, well, Sean Porter will finally get him a credible welterweight on his resume. Credible who? Because soon as he beat the shit out of Sean Porter, he is gonna get discredited. Am I lying? Well, Sean Porter lost to Errol Spence first. Well, Sean Porter lost to Julio Diaz too. Well, Sean Porter lost to Keith Thurman 4 or 5 years ago. So a lot of people just saying this, hoping that Sean Porter can beat Terence Crawford. Anybody that's seen that last performance between Sebastian Baby Formula and Sean Porter, know that Sean Porter gonna get fucked up by Bud. And y'all talk about, oh, he need to fight a credible welterweight. Errol Spence, only undefeated welterweight Errol Spence beat, that's a natural welterweight, was Richard Lartley. Everybody that Errol Spence beat at welterweight had already been beat. And don't give me that Mikey Garcia bull job. Don't give that to me. Errol Spence has not took a O at welterweight that's matter yet. All he doing is fighting hand-me-downs too. He can't get into the Hall of Fame without Bud. And him being Manny Pacquiao is only gonna make him a Hall of Famer because he unified 3 belts. So beating Sean Porter means nothing. It's gonna get discredited as soon as he do. Oh, you need to fight Danny Garcia, or you need to fight Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman asked for $10 million, and people say, Bob should give it to him. For what? Just a few months ago, was last year, Keith Thurman was a bum. Y'all was letting Manny Pacquiao use racial undertones, saying that naming his dog after Keith Thurman. You know, so at the end of the day, Lipia's fighting for the IBF interim title. It's on the Showtime schedule. So Sean Porter, it ain't that's a move backwards, to be honest. He said Brook looks strong versus DeLuca. That's at 154 pounds, though, right? And once again, who is he fighting? DeLuca. DeLuca. You know, people say, oh, man, Buddy to fight better competition. Here's Sebastian Baby Formula is fighting Sean Porter. I can't imagine who Keith Thurman fighting in December or January. So his best move is to go up there and get another title. Personally, Kell Brook ain't worth 1.5. I go up there and fight Teixeira. Now, it is a risk. Teixeira can punch a little bit. He tall. So I don't know how Bud performs versus taller fighters. He looked pretty good versus Postol, but Postol and Teixeira, they got the same type of height, but Teixeira got longer arms. He said if Bud beat Porter with separation, it makes everybody eat that. No, it don't. No, it don't. This dude went in there and beat and he created massive separation between Jeff Horn and Manny Pacquiao, and people still don't give him his credit. He fought for a lineal belt at 140. He took Viktor Postol. Oh, people still don't give him credit. Sean Porter been fucked every way possible. Sean Porter been beat every way possible, except for being stopped. If he stops Sean Porter, they still won't come up with an excuse. Oh, he look bad versus here's Sebastian Baby Formula. They're not gonna give Bud his credit. Bud can do whatever he want to do. He can beat the shit out of Errol Spence in the street fight. He's not gonna get credit for it. All because these niggas come and talk to me, because he don't want to talk to these dudes. That's just truthful. Porter and Garcia lost to all the top welterweight, and they struggled with a few other ones. You know what I'm saying? All this is about protecting Errol Spence. And then y'all had y'all boy StubHub TV talking about, oh, he just want a payday versus Errol Spence. For one, Errol Spence ain't no cash cow. Errol Spence not gonna get to no million pay-per-views. With Pacquiao, he ain't getting there. So niggas talking about a payday, like, come on, man. I mean, he need to stick to talking about nothing. He a jack of all trades, but a master of none. And niggas really listen to that idiot, bro. He don't even know how to play. He don't know nothing about basketball. Nobody ever questions why don't Sean move up. Why don't Earl move up? Well, he said he don't. Anybody's trying to hear that. I agree with that, but Porter exposes the cinematic universe, if that makes sense. They're still shit on Teixeira. See, you can't shit on a motherfucker getting a fourth belt. Who else did that on PBC? Who active right now? Who else a 4 division champion? Who else? Nobody. Who? Adrien Broner? And we know Adrien Broner, he ain't shit. Come on, that's a 4 belts. And it stopped PBC from from getting undisputed champion. And Bud could turn around. And still and fight Tim Tszyu or Tim Tszyu, whatever his damn name is. He can fight Tim Tszyu in Australia. So he could turn around and beat on Teixeira if he can. And then he could turn around, defend his welterweight belt versus who don't Castillo Clayton or somebody. Right? Then he could turn around next year. Then he could turn around Lara tomorrow. He could turn around next year and fight Tim Tszyu in Australia and get the bag. He can get the bag. Then, at that point, you could do whatever you want to do. That's what I would do. I fight this year, go back down to welterweight, defend my belt versus whoever the mandatory is. If it ain't no mandatory, I'll turn right around and fight Tim Tszyu. If you can beat Tim Tszyu, you're going to get the bag. Tim Tszyu, and they already know who Crawford is for beating Jeff Horn. And you ain't got to worry about no pandemic or nothing. You go right to Australia, pass your test, get the bag. And then you come back, after that fight with Tim Tszyu next year and see what's on the table. That's it. Because no matter what he do at this point in his career, people got in their mind they don't like him. All because he refused to give somebody an interview. I'd rather see Tszyu. It don't matter. Tszyu trying to fight for a belt. So you got to go through Crawford. It don't even matter what you want to see. If Tszyu won a belt and Crawford got a belt, Crawford go to Australia and get that bag. Virgil Ortiz will get the shit beat out of him. Stop bringing them motherfuckers up. Ortiz is fool for a nigga like that. Now Virgil Ortiz probably can get it with Sean Porter. The way Sean Porter looked the other night. Come on, Virgil Ortiz. What y'all want to see? A Mexican barbecue? Y'all want to see a Mexican get cooked raw? You got the little pigs on the stick and you kind of rotate them around the fight. That's how he going to get beat. Virgil Ortiz going to get everybody going to hate Crawford after that. He going to get that motherfucking, what's my man's name? Fernando Vargas, Tito Trinidad ass whooping. That nigga ain't going to never be the same. Next time you see Ortiz, he going to be working that In-N-Out burger. You want fries with that? Jeff Horn gave, who was 16-0-13, Tim who's in 13 a shot. Why Sean Porter not giving it? Why would you? Why are y'all so interested in Crawford and Porter and Keith Thurman giving these young dudes a shot? Let's talk about that for a minute. You expect Crawford. Yeah, I got you. Shout out to Lion Killer. Check his channel out. You expect Crawford, Porter to get. Ennis is not getting a shot until he signed with a major promoter. That's just what it is. Ortiz just need to wait his time. His time will come. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say about them. But I got intel that Jerron Ennis beat the shit out of a prominent prospect at 154. He said Crawford wants to fight bums. What bums? Last time I checked, Ugas said no. Last time I checked, Sean Porter said no. He sent Keith Thurman an offer. He said no. Danny Garcia said no. Errol Spence ain't saying nothing. So that's just my thing about it. So y'all be like, oh, Crawford fought bum. Or Crawford moved up and won the title. He moved up again and won the title. What has Errol Spence done? Talk about bums. He beat 50-year-old Lamont Peterson. He said Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu is moving up, fighting another a good money fight. Look at Danny Garcia. What has Danny Garcia done at 147? He's a bum. Mikey Garcia at 47, he's a bum. Come on. Sean Porter is a bum at 147. Who was Sean Porter beat at 47? Let's keep it real. He struggled with Julio Diaz. He's a bum. By y'all stretch of imagination, Danny Garcia couldn't even drop Paulo Malignaggi, I don't think. He finished on his feet. Danny Garcia struggled to knock out Brandon Rios. Danny Garcia arguably lost to Robert Guerrero. Ain't that bum status? Y'all just going off what Danny Garcia did 10 years ago, whatever it was ago. Kendall Hope, Mir Khan, that's ancient fucking history. What has Danny Garcia and Sean Porter done at 47? Struggle against the Ugases of the world. Struggle against the Julio Diaz's. Oh, they almost beat Keith Thurman. We seen Keith Thurman couldn't even beat an ancient Manny Pacquiao. A lot of people confuse names with credibility. Keith Thurman ain't been credible in a long time. Sean Porter ain't never been credible. And Danny has never been a credible 147 pounder. They do that to you. You ever seen in the store, it was this video in the store where they was putting Arizona tea wrappers over the Shaq drink wrappers. That's what PBC do. You know what I'm saying? They put a Coca-Cola wrapper over a Mr. Cola wrapper. You think you drinking Coca-Cola, but you drinking Mr. Cola. That's all they do. Danny Garcia and Sean Porter are Mr. Colas. That PBC is gift wrapping and Pepsi Cola wrappers. Ain't nothing special about Danny and Sean at 47. In any era, they barely average welterweights. You want to talk about a special welterweight where Fredo Benitez was better than all of them, and most of you probably don't know who that was. It's nothing special about Sean Porter, and really at this point, it's nothing special about Keith Thurman. You know, you talking about Keith Thurman is a dominant welterweight. Ain't this a dude that they had to allegedly pay Luis Ortiz off to take a dive after he hurt Keith Thurman to the body? Let's just talk facts. Luis Collazo almost knocked Keith Thurman out until they paid him not to, allegedly. Think about that for a minute. So you telling me this the dominant welterweight is Keith Thurman, who struggled with Collazo? Keith Thurman, who struggled with Josito Lopez? This is an elite welterweight? Earl Spence, who gave Mikey Garcia a massage and said, I didn't try to knock him out. I didn't want to hurt little Mikey. Like I said before, a lot of y'all motherfuckers getting served Mr. Cola thinking y'all drinking Coca-Cola. That's it. And I challenge anybody. I debate any of these dudes on this. Any of them. They don't have an IQ. A lot of these dudes just jumped into boxing because they couldn't find their niche on YouTube, and they found boxing could take advantage of some bum ass motherfuckers. Now you got females speaking on boxing who ain't even know nothing about boxing. They do these videos and you be like, man, they ain't talking about nothing. You might as well take your panties off and show your cat. Take your bra off, shit. They don't talk about nothing. I mean, come on, y'all talking about credible. It ain't like I'm looking this shit up as I go. I just remember it. Danny Garcia is a C welterweight. Sean Porter is a C well. I'm being nice. It really could be C minuses. Keith Thurman is a solid B. Don't mistake names with skills. Arturo Gatti was in the Hall of Fame just based off how he died. Just the honest truth, bro. And when Earl Spence be the credible undefeated fighter, let me know. He hasn't done so. Mikey Garcia ain't credible at 147. That's a fact. Richard Lartley, that was a long time ago. He's manufactured. And he said, what about Bud? Bud got it out the mud. Bud wasn't supposed to be shit. Bud fighting in barns and the beginning of cars. Bud had to struggle to get where he at. He's still struggling to fight Vasily Lomachenko. And of course, Bob Arum not gonna put no money behind no black fighter. Him and Floyd Mayweather will argue about promotion and putting billboards up around Vegas. And Bob Arum didn't want to put no money into Floyd Mayweather. So you think, he had Floyd Mayweather, you think he gonna put money into Bud? Absolutely not. Bob Arum is not gonna be the uprising of black fighters financially. He don't have no problem throwing money away on the white boys. But when it comes to throwing money away on Cubans and Dominicans and blacks, he get mad. You know what I'm saying? Bob Arum don't know how to promote black fighters. They hired somebody else to help him promote black fighters, and this dude ain't did shit. I forget his name. He hired Top Rank to help them to market black fighters. You can't help nobody market black fighters when the owner don't like black people. When the owner of a company don't like niggas, a nigga not going far. And that's a sad, honest truth. That's your obstacle. That's your obstacle, Chuck Salute. That's your obstacle on Top Rank. Your obstacle on PBC is when Floyd Mayweather, the boss, don't want nobody to be better than him. You can't be better than him. And then also you go to the zone, they don't like niggas neither. Look at the top people. John Silver, John Rushton, you know what I'm saying? Eddie Hearn, Oscar De La Hoya. That's an all anti-Negro team. You know what I'm saying? And my advice is this, man. A lot of people get caught up in this boxing shit. This is life. They got black fighters, you just ain't heard of them. This Kobe 2K, this is life right here, man. If you got a kid, don't fuck with the NFL. Don't fuck with national football. Don't fuck with boxing. Take your kid and go pick up a tennis racket. Go get a soccer ball. Go pick up a baseball bat. Real talk. And that's just to financially get your kid through school. Make your kid go be something. We need more physicians, more pediatrics. We need more doctors. We need more business owners. We need more architects. Education is first. No matter what color you is, white, black, orange, green, no matter what color you is. Tell your children to use sports as a means to get an education and get the fuck up out of here. But baseball, soccer, and tennis and golf is the way to go. We need to stop getting into this mindset where, oh man, we only can play basketball and football and fuck that. Boxing don't love Negroes. Boxing don't love Negroes. If they could, they'll stop every Negro fighter from fighting and keep it Mexican, white, Puerto Rican. They'll keep it that way. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the God honest truth when it comes to that, man. But he said Al could have had the shit on lock if he made the fights. It is what it is. But yeah, AB was in the courtroom crying yesterday, talking about he's talking about his mother has 10 kids. All the mothers won't let him see the kids. He broke. He need counseling. He need help. Now, usually you do that when you in a little bit of trouble. You cry to the judge, to get out of trouble and stuff of that nature. But this dude need help mentally. All right, I think he done. Now he trying to squeeze down to 35. They offered Gamboa to fight him. They offered Gamboa a fight to Rolly as well too. Rolly not trying to rematch Jackson Marinez neither. He trying to avoid that rematch. Floyd probably gonna make sure that go away. But for Broner, he's the prime example of an ignorant Negro. He's a product of his environment. He's a smart guy, but he's ignorant. You go out here and you have 10 kids, but how many different baby mamas? That's the problem today. How can you spend time with 10 kids by several different baby mamas? How? And Broner didn't come from no one-parent household. Broner had both parents in his life. And it's niggas like Adrien Broner that we don't need in the community. Seriously. All that money, all that talent is ignorant. Crying because you don't want to go to jail for 7 days. Then why did you violate probation? Why did you allegedly sexually harass that girl? So $800 and some thousand he lose for leaning on a girl trying to kiss her in the VIP section. On top of that, he had another situation in Lenox Mall, I think it was, where he allegedly groped the woman and he got thrown out for lack of evidence. He got sued before that. Let's slow down. He got sued before that because he released a sex tape without consent of another woman. So do you sense a pattern here? Do you sense a pattern? I do. He dug his own grave. And don't nobody want to see him fight no more. He can't defend himself offensively. He don't move his hands. He fought Pacquiao, said Al withhold that money from him, whatever reason it was. Adrien Broner just need to fade into the black. He did what he did in boxing. He fought the best. Al should just give him a job. Him and the twin don't even look alike. They're not identical. He said AB Circle just we get money, so AB Circle just using him for bread. Hold on. He said AB Circle just using him for bread. They not gonna tell him what's best for him. It compromises the bread. I mean, yeah. It ain't no different. MC Hammer went through the same thing. Adrien Broner gonna be sitting right back on his mama porch drinking Bud Light. He said AB make a couple million against Pac and not he made more than a couple million. He said Al Haymon was holding that money from him, so I don't know. But he got lawsuits up the ass. He done. All that need to be done is him to get the grand finale knockout. Who gonna be the guy to knock his ass out? That's it. Adrien Broner did everything but get knocked out. Mark salute. Adrien Broner's done everything in boxing except get knocked out. And Brother Nas, rest in peace to him, he told Bernard Hopkins the same thing. Adrien Broner made all this money and lost it all. You know why? You got 10 kids. You got 10 kids, about probably almost 7 to 8 different child support cases. All the mamas say, oh, he on TV. Well, that's $20,000 a month for each kid. Say that. That's $200,000 a month. Let's say he getting $10,000 a month to a kid. That's $100,000 a month. I know the baby mamas ain't getting nothing less than that. That's why you think before you had kids. That's the detriment of having kids by different baby mamas. Everybody gonna want to know what the other baby mama getting. Oh, she getting 20. I deserve 20. I got 3 of his kids. So you wanna know how he broke? That's at least $100,000 going out going out the door every month. That's $1 million in 10 months. 1.2 in a year. Adrien Broner ain't getting it like that. And you think you cool because you out here conquering all these women. All you doing is contributing to the problem. That's it. You create more and more of the dumb Negro. You are. You want to know why China ahead of us? China don't allow you to have too many kids. China allow you to have, what, 1 or 2? So you can focus on. Ain't no way in the world you can raise 10 kids shit by different baby mamas and they all come out good. One of them kids gonna hate you. Look at Floyd. Floyd kids don't love him. No matter how much money he got, it ain't no unconditional love going down that street. I don't know. I think he still got a promotion, maybe. You can tell the way Floyd kids. When you see somebody stump their mama out, they ain't gonna love you like that. Look at his daughter. Let bitch ass daddy. What young boy call him bitch ass daddy. Think your daughter love you laying with a motherfucker that ain't shit, even though he got a couple dollars calling his daddy a bitch ass? Come on. Youngest daughter called on Twitter say her daddy ain't shit. He don't spend no time with her. Well, you already know how the boys feel. Floyd kids just using them for money. That's it. If Floyd didn't have money, them kids wouldn't be nowhere in sight. That's just the God honest truth. And this is what happens. Not because Floyd had different baby mamas. This is what happened when you focus on getting that money. When you put that money first over your family, which if you don't have the money, your family gonna say you ain't shit. When you out there getting that money and don't spend the time, you frowned upon. When you spend the time and you compromise the money, oh, daddy can't get us, school clothes, or we can't have the Jordans, or we can't go to the good school. It's a lose-lose situation being a man. It's sad. Sad. No man got money in time. And that's what Adrien Broner doing. He gonna alienate a lot of his kids. Crazy though, but like I said before, just think about the shit that's going out the door. 10 rack for probably bare minimum 10 rack for every kid going out the door every month. On top of that, little Juju need this, he need that. Broner spending over millions of dollars a month just on his kids. And I ain't saying that ain't a good thing. But imagine if he had 3 or 4, 2 kids by the same woman and just continued his career. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine that for a minute. Do what LeBron do. You think LeBron 100% faithful? You crazy as hell. LeBron got him a baby making woman at home, a mother that's gonna hold it down. She had her infidelity allegedly, and LeBron go out there and fuck these hoes. Most married women understand that. Don't get it twisted. Most women just want the title of being married. That's the God honest truth. Most women just want the title of being married. Your average married woman that been in a long marriage, let's consider a long marriage 5 years or plus these days. They husband going around fucking somebody else. And 9.9 times out of 10, they fucking somebody else. They only together because it creates financial stability. It's the honest truth. You know how many people I know that's married that openly cheat? Like it turns you off. It turns you off. It turns you off. How many women sneak around fucking on their dude and they men sneaking around fucking? Come on, man. What's the point you in a marriage for? Just be single. He said LeBron and his team do a great. Yeah, Nike do a great job keeping them girls silent. That's why he got to get out there and dribble that ball and can't boycott. But a lot of them young niggas don't understand it. It's a little bit deeper than that. What D.L. Hughley tell Nick Cannon, you can't be radical and be commercial. Can't do it. Y'all got any boxing questions or questions in general? I'll answer them right now. I'll answer them for a few minutes. You got any questions? Got any questions? Let me know. Yeah, stay together for the kids. That's the only reason why. AB was sitting Hulara fighting Greg Venenti. I don't know who the fuck that is, bro, to be honest. Let's look at his resume. 22, 3-1, 12 knockouts, knocked out once. He lost to Michael Soar. So that's one guy I noticed he lost to. I think Michael Soar, did he lose to Carlos Castanos? Michael Soar got some knockouts on his resume, though. He lost to Brian Carlos Castanos split decision. So Michael Soar pretty good. Michael Soar also beat Glenn Tapia as well, too. But back to Greg Vedetti. He from Wakefield, Massachusetts. 5'6", undersized, super welterweight. He beat Kamagai, who gave Cotto some good work. So that's one name on there. Other than Michael Soar and Kamagai, I don't see too many other names. He lost to a dude that was making his debut named Pedro Gonzalez. That guy's now 2-2, one loss by knockout and one win by knockout. He lost to another dude, 3-13-2, Antonio Chavez Fernandez. That guy now 9-40, 3 knockouts and been knocked out 11 times. So he fighting a certified bum, it looks like. Any other fighters besides the Ramirez fight? Yeah, Lauren Venenti, bum ass on Fox. And Daniel Du Bois fight tomorrow on ESPN Plus and BT Sports in the UK. You think Bud can reach 50-0? No. What is he at now? 30 something? I don't even think he want to be fighting that long, bro. He think no more of a heavyweight. He would have to fight 14 more times. No. These dudes only fight once or twice a year. Unless he go on some type of tour and pad his record. I think Fondora legit, or I don't know who the other dude, or Novelty. No, Fondora legit. That kid legit. What's the dude name that's sick? Samson know how to scout talent. You know what I'm saying? He brought Pacquiao to America, I believe. It ain't no way Bud fighting 14 more times in this era. They barely fight once or twice a year. You know? Barely fight once or twice a year. Any more questions before I log off? Any more question? No more questions. I appreciate you for coming in today. I just want to do a quick stream, man. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Want to make a donation? Don't forget Cash App, CJ Good 313. That's in the description. PayPal link. Best way to donate is thumbs up the video, share the video on the way out. I did a prediction video for Postol and Ramirez. Go check it out. Gary Russell. I don't care about Gary Russell. We might talk about that, man. Motherfucker need to worry about what he gonna do. I believe when he jump up, he drop his belt and jump up and wait. So appreciate y'all. Share the videos. We go.